Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show. We're going to be rating the regulars at the ABV Barrel Shop. My name is Steve Akeley. I'm joined by Darren McCroy. What's up, Darren?
Nothing, Steve. What's up with you?
Not much. Just hanging out here. It's my day off, but here I am again at the ABV Barrel Shop. It happens. I live close, so you got in the JD pick. I wanted to come and get that. The warden was on me. She wanted me to bring it. She stamped some bags. Apparently we were out behind one of the registers and got to bring that in. And
so, that's the real reason why you were here. It had nothing to do with me texting
there's
you.
There's some over there.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not going to be a busy day. Well, I think because we got our Jack Daniels pick in, we will have a bunch of people in here. But for the most part, that's going to be people after work, grabbing a bag, and then heading to dinner. They've already paid for it, so it's not that we don't need another bag or anything like that. It's already paid for, bagged, and ready to go. So, yeah, I think you could have survived on those 8 bags or whatever's behind there.
I think I could have, too.
Yeah, but she was insistent. She was like, I'll just run them up there. I'm like, nah, I'm going to go up there. So I had a couple other things I had to do anyway, so it's good to get out. So, all right, before we get to our topic of the day, which is going to be looking at our regulars and ranking them, and people who are like, oh, that's kind of rude that they do. Our regulars love it. Being on this list is a big thing. So don't judge us when we do this kind of stuff, because they like it.
And we knew it was about time to do it again because we were getting shit that had been up there for 2 months or so.
Right. They get mad when we don't, because we used to do it, once a month, and then it just got to be too much. We're busy these days, and it's hard to do that at a regular basis like that. So, so this is going to be that show where we put together, and I don't know how long it'll last. So your reign could last a month. It could last 2 months, maybe even 3. We'll see.
It's part of the lottery system. You have to get lucky.
Yeah.
See how long you can be on the board.
Yeah. It's sad when someone gets on the list and then they don't even make it in.
Nope.
Yeah, that might happen to a couple people up here. They were on the list this time and then don't even get to see themselves. But it is what it is. All right, Darren, before we get to that, you said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, sir?
So, my answer to this question has recently changed, so that's why I'm bringing it back up. What is your favorite black and white movie that you've ever watched?
King Kong. That's an easy one. I love King Kong. I think it's one of the all-time great movies. I think it was ahead of its time for special effects. I think those special effects are very dated, but at the same time, it gives it some realism. I don't know. I enjoy that more than some of the stuff. I mean, some of that computer graphics can be good. But then other times it's like it's fake because it's so over computer generated. I don't like that. I'd rather see King Kong and he's a little herky jerky a little bit, and you can see maybe a couple errors in there.
Yeah.
I just think King Kong is one of the great stories. I don't know. I was captivated by it when I was a kid, and of course, very different. My childhood was very different than yours. You would have to know when it was going to be on. Now, it played frequently. It was a popular movie, but you would have to know when it's on. We would get the old TV guide. Everyone would have their stuff that they, would either highlight. My dad was a highlighter guy. I'd circle it and stuff like that. And then you would have to help one another remember, hey, don't forget, you wanted to see that show. It's coming up. So, yeah. The TV guide was a big thing back in the day, because that's how you set your life. So I would, watch that every time it came on, King Kong. I loved it. I love that battle that he has with the dinosaur, and he cracks its jaw open, and you see the blood. And, man, it was just, as a kid, I just thought that was great. And then I was also one of the smartest things when at the end, they kill Kong. Why do they have to kill Kong? Why can't you just capture him? Can't you just put him back to where he was? Kong doesn't want to be in chains on display and stuff like that. That's all it came down to. He didn't want to be dancing for his dinner. He wanted to be out in the jungle where he was the king of that whole island.
Yeah.
And and I realized that it was beauty that killed the beast. No, it was greed. It was greed. Go in there and take him away from all that. It got me. It got me. I love that movie.
That is a fantastic movie. That is always in my top 3 for black and white.
When those pilots are gunning him,
yeah,
and you see him, and he starts getting woozy as the blood loss, and then he holds on and catches it, and catches it again, and he's stumbling around up on top of the Empire State Building. Man, it was just fantastic. Yeah, it was so good. So good.
So the one that has recently changed my mind, because I saw it for the first time, and I've watched it twice since I saw it last week, is, I think it's called Psycho.
Yeah, Psycho.
The Alfred Hitchcock movie. I first of all love Alfred Hitchcock.
Me too.
Almost all of his movies. But that one, I was like, this is so good. And
that is a great movie. Also, not great special effects or anything like that. It's just a scary movie. It's just the tense. It just feels off. The whole thing feels off. The way he films that movie,
everything's a bit off.
Right, you feel like you're scared, and you're just watching a movie. I think that's one of the all-time.
I don't think there's a director or producer that could capture that same essence as that movie did. That was wild.
Yeah, it's kind of sit on the edge of your seat where it's just like, at any given time, anything can happen. It just felt like felt like something's about to happen that entire movie. There was no real downtime where you're like, you could snooze. Here's where you go get your popcorn. No, there was no time like that. Yeah.
And it also made sense why you always hear about like the Bates Motel, and I'd heard all these cultural references, and I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I watched the movie, I was like, oh, and that's why like when people make a like spoof horror movie, they use the same killing sound and everything.
Right, yeah.
But I was like, this is an amazing movie. It might be one of my favorite movies ever. I love it.
Yeah, I think those are two of the all-time greats from the black and white genre, for sure.
So what is your favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie?
It's got to be that one. I can't think of anything I've seen more than that. I watched The Birds a lot, too, because my kid was into the movie The Birds for some reason. That one's kind of... Yeah. It's kind of funny. It also does feel a little bit off the whole time. You get that feeling, but some of it where they're just like, they got birds in there. I don't know if they're doped up or what, but they're just like throwing them at people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so...
It is.
It's a little weird, so yeah.
I also like Rear Window.
Rear Window's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
I watched that. That was the first one I ever watched as a child, was Rear Window. And I was like, wow, these are fun. I was like...
Yeah. Hitchcock movies are great, for sure. On that note, it is time to drink. What are we drinking here today?
We have our Dark Arts barrel pick. It is a 7-year-old rye whiskey finished in maple syrup barrels, coming in at 109.8 proof.
Yes, this one, this is one that is really conducive to this shop. First of all, it's a specialty. We're the only ones in Missouri to get this. It's hard to find, but it's also very popular on the internet, so that's great that we have it. It's also just a special whiskey. How do we sell so many bottles? Because we almost sold through our whole barrel in a couple of weeks. Let people taste it.
Yep.
Yeah, people taste it and they pick up a bottle. That's that simple.
And this is now recently our highest graded one in our syndicate rating system.
Yeah.
It came out at 95 something, which is incredibly high.
Yeah, very, very high. It's set the new benchmark, beat by more than 2 points, I think. So yeah. We've got Dave Hogan Miller coming in here. We might bring him back for we can have him sit around during the rate the regulars. He can sit around with us and have a few. So we'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Mudcat Mike from MB Rollin Distillery. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Steve Akeley, Darren McCroy. We're joined by Dave Hogan-Miller. Dave, what's going on, man?
Hey, not a whole lot. Just having fun, coming in and checking on.
Yeah, you here to pick up a JD bottle?
Here to pick up a bottle, man.
Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So yeah, showed up. Who knows? There may be more people coming. It just showed up today. We got it all sorted out. We being Darren, and then and now we're getting ready to hand it out. There'll be people showing up. It's slow. We're recording this on a Tuesday, so I don't expect to. People do have to work, so to be able to pay for stuff. So probably most are going to come in after work. I would think. I would think that's going to be pretty busy for you, Darren. All right, let's look at our list. Again, we start with 20. We'll narrow that down to 10. Here is our list. Again, this is no particular order. Tim Howard, Wayne Van Sluis, Josh Dale, the Monicas, the Hoyles, Clayton Seabacker, Meredith and Matt, Clint, James, and Caitlin. You got a trio there. Kristen Wall, Dave Hogan-Miller, Michael Folk, Logan C., Alex Hams. First time he's made an appearance on the top 20. Has Hogan-Miller been on the top 20?
I think he's been in the top 10 before.
Really?
I think.
Really?
He had me like number 2.
Oh, he's been in number 2 at one point. Wow.
That's the highest I ever got.
Wow. Okay, number 2. Okay, Evan Van Scoik, Bruce and Alice Clough. That's a good one. Came in and visited with us. We're supposed to be here a second day and didn't show up. That could hurt them in the final 10.
Yeah.
We'll see if that helps or hurts. But we'll see when we get to that. Carl Glody, again, somebody who lives in Wisconsin. He's been here several times in this scoring period. So he's going to be tough to keep out of the top 10, I would say. We do give a special emphasis on those that live someplace in Wisconsin 6 hours away.
Yeah.
And if you show up a couple times during the thing, that's big. That's
rather than people that might live 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
They get dinged for that.
They get dinged.
Or closer.
Yeah, or closer. He's a little closer than 15 minutes. Adam Bagwell, Sean Bequette, Chris Schott, and Randy and Adam Fouth. Father-son duo there. All right, so there's our 20. Who do we think belongs at number 1? I think it's down to 2 in my mind.
I think it's down to 2.5, but yeah, probably 2.
Maybe the top 3 that we have just written down. I think are the ones that are vying for the number 1 spot, actually. I think it's Tim Howard, Wayne Van Sluis, and Josh Dale. I think those 3 are fighting it out for number 1.
I think I have my vote. Dave, do you know all three of these people?
I do.
Okay.
Who would you vote for?
All three strong choices. Well,
See, it's not fun on this side of the mic,
no,
is
it's
it?
not. Wayne is at a lot of the events, and then I run into Josh here on a regular basis. I haven't seen Tim as much.
Yeah, Tim usually comes when you're not here. On Foolproof, he came right after you left the other day.
I would say it's a tie, without knowing the exact numbers. It's that close between the amount of time spent here,
Yeah.
I think, between the three of them. I do think that.
I think my vote has to go to Tim Howard. I don't think he's been number one before,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I want to give it to him because he hasn't been number one. Though the other two have been doing some work around it. Like Josh Dale fixed the door. That's big.
And Wayne's going to hang the glasses.
Wayne's getting ready to hang the glasses.
Yeah, you're right. Tim's useless.
No,
Throw him
not
out.
useless. I don't know.
So I've uncovered the secret. Do chores.
It's what makes us happy. You think when someone comes in and fixes something for us, it makes us happy? I think this fits in the parameters. I think it does. So I think Tim will get there to be number one. I do. My vote this time, and again, Wayne's also doing some stuff, but Wayne's is going to be in the next grading period. Actually.
Yeah.
He's measured it all up. He's ready to go. So I think that thinking that they're all about the same. Now again, if we looked at it, somebody might have been spent a little bit more time here, or visited 2 extra times, but it's that close. I think so. Just write it off. I think I got to give it to Josh. What do you think? So Josh Dale's number one,
and he is the most likely on this list to be here twice in a day. If you see him early in the morning, you're like, okay, I'm going to see you later tonight. Too.
Right.
It's just kind of how it works sometimes with him.
That's true. Number two, what do you think here? Wayne or Tim? I think these got to be our top three.
Yeah. And Wayne did do some help next door with the speakeasy, too, not just the glasses. So
Yeah.
I think we go
Wayne
Wayne.
Van Sluice. And three is Tim Howard.
Yep.
All right.
I think that's a pretty good top three.
That's a solid top three. And again, on merit, any one of those could be number one for sure. They're both. All of them had a good. And again, we can't say month; it's a time frame. It's been about 6 weeks since we did this last. All right, now it gets a little bit more interesting. Who should come in at number four? Number four.
I think I have a vote.
Does his name rhyme with Bebacker?
No, but he's a good one.
Okay, I don't want to say who I was thinking.
Okay,
All right,
yeah,
so
we don't want to give it away.
Who are you thinking?
I was thinking, because they came from a farther distance and they were up here twice this time period.
Okay.
At least parts of them. Clint, James, and Caitlin, I think is...
Clint, James, and Caitlin. Okay.
I think that trifecta... And
right.
the whole time we were here, we were laughing and having a great time. They just came up...
And not the whole time. There was a touching moment where we did the cheers to Jim. That was...
Yeah.
That was, also in that same visit, so that was touching.
Have you gotten to meet the trio from Southern Missouri?
I have not yet met them.
Oh, they're a hoot.
They're a hoot.
As they say in Southern Missouri, they're a hoot. No.
There's some of the best stories that we definitely can't tell on air come out of their mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I definitely think Clayton falls in at number 5. I think he's well deserving of that. Maybe even
Clay, as he likes to be called now.
Clay.
He's
all grown up. He's all grown up. He's all grown up. All right. Number 6.
This is when I don't like the list anymore. All done list.
Well, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to take it. Randy and Adam Fouth.
Okay. That's a good one. Saturday night staples.
Yes. Probably most of the audience...
They always come in after 7.
Right, yeah. So Randy has a business that shuts down, I think, at 7. So he's a beeline to here.
Yeah.
So I mean, so most of the audience doesn't, the regulars might not know who these guys are, but they come in quite a bit, and good friends.
And Adam is one of the few people that come in here regularly that's younger than me.
Yeah, this is true. We got 4 spots left, so let's review who is available here. So you got the Monicas, you got the Hoyles, you've got Meredith and Matt, Kristen Wall, Dave Hogan Miller sitting right here. This could get embarrassing. All of a sudden, if he doesn't make it, he's angry.
We could be off his top 10 liquor store list.
Yeah.
I'm used to not making the list.
Michael Folk, Logan C., Alex Hams, Evan Van Scoik, Bruce and Alice Clough, Carl Glody, Adam Bagwell, Sean Bequette, Chris Schott. Those are the ones that are available.
All those people are fighting for 4 spots, I believe.
Okay.
I think, Dave, cover your ears. But I think we have to give it to Dave Hogan-Miller. Because he has been coming up here regularly for just to hang out with some of the regulars, and also coming up here when...
He's a supporter of events, and he comes up a lot, and
He goes, I haven't been in a couple days, I need to come see you guys. Like, he's said that to me multiple times. Usually on Tuesdays is a common day I see you, so...
And he's a positive force. There's never a time when Dave's up and it's like,
Damn it, Hogan-Miller.
He's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 3 spots
showing up
left.
today really paid off for me, huh?
We got 3 spots left. Here's how it's going to work. We're all going to take one, and you got to go last. So that's how it works. So you'll be going last. Dave, be thinking of who you think. Who do I think belongs in our top 10? I'm going to shake it up a little bit. This is one. He is a syndicate member. He is an up-and-comer, Generation Next, if you will, of the syndicate. And he's been spending more and more time in here. And that's what you want to do. And I'm going to go Alex Hams. Alex Hams. Again, I don't know that the regulars know who that is, but that's how you find out. Because the regulars will be looking at this. That I can guarantee you.
You're now on the radar, Alex. Watch out.
You just are on the radar. All right, Dave Hogan-Miller, you showed up at the right time, so you get to pick someone.
Boy, I am torn.
I'm
down to 2 here.
Okay. You want to talk through it?
Well, Meredith and Matt, they're new.
Okay.
But they're here.
They've been showing up to a lot of events. They've been coming on strong, as they say.
But then I'm also going with Evan. And,
with foolproof and...
He's here, and Lord knows he probably shouldn't be sometimes. But I tell you what, I'm going to go to the Meredith and Matt.
Meredith and Matt come in at number 9. All right. So I was checking those 2 out the other day, and I don't even know how it comes up. She's like, I don't know what I said. I thought about their house or something. She's like, house? She's like, he's my landlord. I don't even know what's going on. I have no idea. They come to a lot of events. Maybe it's just a landlord-tenant. They're just good for... I don't know.
She's trying to sell a house.
I don't know anything about this. I know nothing. That's why you hate even saying anything these days. I don't know. That's all I know.
Yeah, okay.
So, yes, Meredith and Matt. But since they come in as a duo, they're going to be on the list as a duo. Nothing's implied by being on there as a duo.
I have several names in mind.
Okay.
But for this final spot.
Let's talk through it. We got 1 spot left. Who is potentially...
I think Adam Bagwell is definitely in the conversations for this.
All right.
I think Carl Glody, coming from Wisconsin, probably 3 times this period, is on the list.
Donated a poker table.
Yeah.
Not that we'd ever play poker, but if theoretically someone did over there.
Yeah.
We have the ability to do so.
And then Logan C.
Love that guy.
He came in on Friday, and I was like, "Oh, you here for Foolproof Friday?" And he goes, "What's that?" I was just here to drink some whiskey. I'm like, "You're in for a treat." And he was like an hour and a half early, but then he stayed all the way through Foolproof Friday, chatting up. So definitely a strong contender.
Who makes it? Last person to go on this.
I think it's got to be Carl.
Carl makes it. From Wisconsin, Carl Glody. He makes the top 10. All right, here's what it looks like. Josh Dale came in at number 1. Wayne Van Sluis, number 2. Tim Howard, number 3. Clint, James, and Caitlin, number 4. Clayton Seabacker, number 5. I'm never going to get used to that.
Clay.
No, I'm not going to get used to that either. Screw that. He's Clayton Seabacker.
Yeah.
He can be Clay Seabacker all he wants. He can keep changing his name. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to call him by his correct name. That's Clayton Seabacher. Randy and Adam Fouth, Dave Hogan-Miller, Alex Hams, Meredith and Matt, and Carl Glody. There it is. There is our... Man, that's like a...
Yeah.
Carl Glody. That's a good L there. Carl, when you see that, you know it was carrying. It's a very thick L.
And this list should be up for the next day to 3 months.
Exactly.
I think it'd be great if one time we just ripped it down after one day.
Did it for a day, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll put up the coded picture, which is just the top part of it, and then we'll see the first person comes in. Usually, then just post it for the world. But
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Especially if they're a first time on the list.
There you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Dave Hogan Miller, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I do not have a strong social media presence here.
Well, that's what
they can find me here a couple days a week.
Okay, you don't want to be on social. You've got social media. You don't want to plug it. Tim Swine will follow you.
Not today.
Swine will follow you. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
it's under your name though, so it's,
yeah.
You're hiding in where it's out there, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures. Also, if you look at recently followed people, Dave Hogan Miller's name will be on the top. You can find him.
No, he's very secret. Very
No,
secret.
it's not a secret. I don't even know what my tag is.
All right. For me,
Secret to himself, too.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. Maybe you walk in, you get put on a podcast. Maybe you get forced into ranking people. Who knows? It happens. It happens. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. And, of course, if you want to get involved, it's easy to do so. The first step is to give us a 5-star review with comments. That helps new people find the show. So whatever you listen to this podcast on, that would be very helpful. And then last but not least, if you want to head over to patreon.com/the ABV Network, that would be awesome. And until tomorrow, that's it for today. See ya!
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace! Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.